Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're on the Drunken Under Quarantine show. Tonight, we got Mr. Peter Pardoe with us. And man, it's International Women's Day, and boy, do we have some shit to talk about. Let's get it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We are, of course, on the Drunken Under Quarantine show, and I am, of course, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming. I'm here back with Collen, Doyle, GW Foley, and tonight we invite the guy who was a Big Glue boy, the original one, and he didn't even know, Mr. Peter Pardoe. So this is going to be a fun show, and I am not going to waste too much time with this intro. Sarah Greenstein, yay rusty already, awesome. Let's kick it off. Welcoming to the spotlight stage, I welcome my friend, Mr. Collen Doyle.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning into the program. I went and got a COVID test today. It's the first time I got a test where I now know what everyone was complaining about. All the other tests I've had have been really great. This was the one where they made me tilt my head back and they put this cotton swab literally 3 inches into my nose. I know that everyone's like been complaining about that when they're literally swabbing my brain. I had that test today, and I had that done at Gifford Medical Center in Randolph. I drove over to Randolph and I had to drive through Bethel, Vermont. And while I was driving through Bethel, I saw a Trump 2020 flag on the side of a barn. And on the face, I said, Trump 2020. And then on the other side of it said, Trump 2020, keep America great. Which was the first time I had kind of a couple thoughts that came to me. Number one, what a bold campaign strategy that Trump pulled, you know? He goes 2016, we need to make America great again. And then 4 years later goes, we did it. We made it great again in 4 years. Now we need to keep it great. And my second thought was, how long is this redneck going to keep this flag on the side of the barn? I mean, what do you think? Longer than his Christmas decorations? You know? Is this going to be like, we're going to be seeing like Trump 2020? It's going to be like 2035. You know what I mean? Just surrounded with Christmas decorations. Because we all know that one redneck, right, who just leaves their Christmas decorations up all year, and then just come November, they just plug it in. They're all ready to go. It's just, boom, we're lighting it back up. And you have a hard time being like, I love what you did with it. You know? Very similar to March. It's funny. I see some stuff on the internet that doesn't make any sense. Like I saw this one post that was a picture of the zombie from I Am Legend. And it said, remember, in I Am Legend, it was the vaccine that made them zombies, not the virus. Which is a really great point, except the fact that I Am Legend is a completely fictional film. It's not like you're really like quoting some period of time, being like, remember how this happened. Like, remember in I Am Legend, starring Will Smith. Remember how that one played out? We should really just do what I Am Legend did. I think that's the best idea, really. And again, I Am Legend, highly fictitious, because everyone in the world, where do they go? Bethel, Vermont. They all end up in a barn that says Trump 2020, keep America great.
Nice.
And that's the end of that film. They're like, of all the places they end up, the Trump guy's just like, hey, I mean, clearly America's not as great as it once was. Seeing how we have this zombie issue now. We got to keep what we got here. Just like what's left of us getting cotton swab. It's I guess New York is now slated to have comedy return April 2nd, I believe, is what they're looking at.
Nice.
Which I got to be honest is pretty insulting that it's taken this long, right? Gyms have opened, restaurants have opened, tanning salons have opened. It was literally like people are like, listen, if we're gonna get the tanning salons open before comedy clubs, like make sure you thoroughly bleach that thing down before the next guy goes in. Like bowling alleys are open now. I mean, how insulting is that? That it was literally, we're not allowed to be open, but some guy's finger fucking a 3-hole ball in Rutland. And that's okay. But, please get away from the microphone. God forbid you say something into a mic with a mask on. That might be a sanitation issue. I'm just going to go hit the gym, the tanning bed, and go do some bowling. Maybe finish it off with a couple of drinks at Applebee's. I don't know, but stay out of the comedy clubs, people. Please. Speaking of finger fucking gutters in Rutland,
I was really happy with that intro. That was probably one of the best intros I've ever had. Finger fucking gutter balls in Rutland. I don't know where to go with that. One of those things where it's like that's just beautiful.
So tasty.
Yes. So I want to do something a little behind the scenes today. And pardon me as I fuck with my headphones because I can't force all the air out. Sorry, I was reading comments. I want to do something a little behind the scenes. And so in StreamYard that we use, there's a section where I can see myself. And there's a little message that says, "You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you." And when I'm not on the screen, like I currently am, it says, "Only the host can see you. You're backstage." Which doesn't bother me, except for the fact that I try to make Hickory laugh during those moments by
So good.
like when there's music, I start dancing and start being like do to the music. So I try to do that. So when he comes on the air, it's hard for him to speak. Totally unprofessional, totally. But I just want him to crack up so hard that it's hard for him. So, and I think occasionally I see him smiling, and I'm like, yeah, that was because of me. That was me doing that. And I wish the rest of the guys could see it. I really wish the rest of the guys could see it because it's fucking ridiculous. But hey, it's something between me and Hickory. Sooner or later, I'll start doing like the escalator and just being like, or lower my seat or raise my seat and just be like, elevator going down. The other, I know I'm not wearing my normal clothing. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt because all I really want to do is get laid. No, I'm wearing the Hawaiian shirt because our guest Peter, I have never seen him in anything other than a Hawaiian shirt. It can be negative 20 out in the middle of fucking winter, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. And I'm surprised he doesn't wear sandals with it. And various shorts. Like some nice Bermuda shorts that come up to his tits. Just old man shorts. I'm not saying Peter's old. I'm just saying that, fuck it, he's old. Never trust anyone over 50. But I wore this shirt for him, so there'd be some solidarity for him for his first visit here. Next time I'm gonna say fuck it and wear what I want to wear, and not be reeking in like smelly ass polyester. I've never washed this shirt, and I've worn it for a couple of shows, and I think it needs a vodka bath. It's starting to get a little stiff in the arms, if you know what I mean. So I have a beef, and this is something that has happened to me a lot. It happened to me yesterday. It happened to me today, and it's when I'm in a parking lot and I'm by a vehicle, and the vehicle owner hits the car alarm so it beeps. Now, normally this wouldn't bother me, but when it's a piece of shit vehicle, like, I'm not gonna rob you. Like, there's literally nothing in your vehicle that would make me want to just be like, oh, I'm gonna grab that. That seems like a wise financial decision. Yeah, let me break into this fucking used Hyundai Elantra. that or Elantra. Yeah, that's really going to be something that I want to do with my time. And I just look like a ne'er-do-well? like that's my whole like do I look like someone that's gonna break into a vehicle that you have to stare at your car to see if I'm gonna actually get into it? Like, my car is better than yours. Because this happens at the laundromat, at the fucking laundromat. Like yesterday, I was sitting there minding my own business, getting out of my car, and some woman's like, beep 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 beep. Like, the first one, I could be like, okay, she's just locking her car. Second one, I could brush that off, going, yeah, she probably just didn't know the button. Third one, I'm like, that was intentional. That you did that purposely just for me. Sarah Greenfield. Oops, sorry, Sarah. She says a Yugo. They even make those anymore? I don't think so. And I don't think they have alarms on them. Let's see. What I have to do a presentation for one of my classes in meteorology, which, if you don't know, is the science of weather, or whether or not it's going to rain today. But not done.
Need sound effects.
Yeah. I like the sound effects. That is beautiful. I have to fight the urge in this presentation to be funny because it's graded, and it's so hard. Like, I'm sitting there and like I'm writing it. I'm like, oh, these are great jokes. I could use these. These are just, this is awesome. Like, I could be the wacky weatherman. and I'm constantly fighting that urge. Like, I seriously thought, like, like underneath this. Ooh, as I strip, I have a King Kong shirt on, and I was videotaping, and I was like, maybe I should go change my shirt. I don't think me wearing a neon green King Kong shirt is really the vibe I should be going for when I give my presentation. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's been kind of it for me. Let's turn it over to Hickory and see some tricks.
Oh, I turn tricks. Don't you worry, guys. So we're gonna go back to we're gonna do a little card trick here, and this is gonna require both Peter and Collen to select a card in the deck. I could be mildly intoxicated, but that's implied. So basically, I'm just gonna go through, and whenever you guys, we'll start with you, Peter. Whenever you want to say stop, I'm going to choose a card. You'll have the ability to shift back and forth if you want. So you just
Okay.
Whenever you want to
How
say stop.
about stop?
Like right there.
Yep.
Do you like that card? Is that a cool card for you, or do you want to change it?
Now let's change it.
Okay.
Stop. Stop.
Next card.
Stop. Yep.
We got a
Right.
7 of diamonds. That's cool. So we'll just bury that.
Oh man, I feel like I'm on drugs right now because everything is such a delay.
Okay. So we'll bury that in the middle, and
7 of diamonds. Yep.
Yep, 7 of diamonds, and then Collen or G-Dubs. Which one do you want to pick a card?
Collen can. I always do it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And stop.
Right there. You like that?
I like that.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, that was good. We'll bury that back in the middle of the deck, and I might be drunk and underwhelming. I might have forgotten the next part. Okay. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to cut to your cards. That would be important. So we'll give the deck a little cut, and okay, we'll hope this works. And Peter, that's your card.
Hold on.
Coming in. Hold on. It hasn't come in on Peter's side yet. He's got a little delay.
Yeah, Peter's a little delayed.
Peter's broadcasting from Tokyo.
Let's be fair, it's a new day there.
Right. So, okay.
Was that your card?
Mine was the other one.
Oh. any 51 of the other cards would have been acceptable. That's a good one. Okay, so let's try that again.
Try somebody else, because this delay is killing me.
Okay. And we'll this one, Collen, was this your card?
That is not my card.
Okay, fuck. So yeah, this thing.
So I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, this may or may not work. We don't know. So here, let's try it like this. Oh man, we're all mixed up. We might just call a lid on this and pretend it's like the Biden campaign. We're gonna call it an early day and move right on to the main event of the show. So yeah, no, sometimes I am underwhelming. So without further ado, welcoming to our spotlight stage, a man we're very excited to have on, a guy who is the original Boogaloo Boy and didn't even know it. Welcoming to the spotlight stage, Mr. Peter Pardoe.
Aloha, everybody. Wow. I feel like I'm on. I feel like I've had like 2 gummy bears right now. The delay is gonna screw me up, but I'll try to power myself through this.
Peter,
Kermit.
you look good on our end.
What are you doing, Kermit? Oh, Kermit's been pleasing me while I've been watching the show. Oh man, so holy crap, I haven't done comedy since last March. It's almost been a year. That's crazy. Our last show was at the Woolen Mill, and lots happened since then. I've been banned on Facebook 3 times. If you can imagine that. I'm such a nice guy. One time I was banned for 24 hours for asking someone, how long have you been a pussy? How is that offensive? And I put a smiley face after the question. Because a smiley face denotes that it's, in good fun, right? So apparently Facebook didn't like that one. Then I got a 3-day ban. You can believe it. For 2 words. 2 words, I got a 3-day ban. I called someone a man whore. with a smiley face. I mean, and Facebook was like, your intent was harmful, and I tried to appeal it. It was out of context. It was in good fun, but Facebook said, fuck you, you're going into jail for 3 days. So I've been fitted for an orange jumpsuit. Orange is the new Facebook. I don't know. But Facebook's getting fucking ridiculous. But back to how I'm staying immune. I don't need a COVID shot. Back to the bowling balls, I go to the thrift shops and I lick every bowling ball I could find. That's how you stay immune. Just lick used sporting goods. And doorknobs. Bathroom doorknobs. If you suck a bathroom doorknob, you'll never need another shot for life. But I have been tested twice. I did get the 3-inch Q-tip up the nose. Was there a whole thing about anal testing in China? It's like, what? It's like, I want to go to China for a week. But yeah, I was an Uber driver for quite a while. Done over 4,000 rides, but the pandemic kind of put a killer on that. But one of my last Uber rides was a puker in the back seat, all over the side of the door, all over the back seat. I turn around and I say, "Get out of the car, Mom." That's the last time I'm bringing you to Taco Bell. Oh, man. But now I've gone from delivering people to delivering food. And I used to be a trash man. I was a trash man for 6 months. So I've done the front end. I've done the back end on food. I used to call myself a post-consumer product relocation specialist. That really got the ladies wet. Trash men had the best pickup lines. That was a pun in itself. Pickup. Would you like me to service you weekly or bi-monthly? Man, you got a nice looking dumpster. Could I deposit my refuse in your receptacle? Oh man. Another big seller since the pandemic hit are sex toys. Right?
Yep.
But it's ironic that you can buy all kinds of sex toys on eBay, but you can't buy certain Dr. Seuss books. Because those just might offend somebody. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, but sex toys. I used to segue into that one. My dream business was to open a used adult toy store called the Rusty Torpedo. It would be filled with previously loved implements, like dildos with the suction cups ripped off and teeth marks in them, and vibrators with burnt out batteries and electronics. You know, I'd cater to the thrifty, and I'd have a box of used dildos called the $5 footlongs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you get your blow up dolls with a duct tape on them and flashlights. I found a dead gerbil in a flashlight once. Oh, so bad. But there's sex toys for every budget. You got like the $10,000 full size head to toe sex dolls. Or for the budget minded, you can just buy an ankle. With a vagina in the ankle. Called the vajankle. Who the fuck comes up with it? I mean, I could see like a severed torso, so you're just, pounding away at the area that you want, like the naughty bit section. Who needs arms and legs? If you're gonna pay $10,000 for a sex doll, it better do dishes. And I guess they're working on AI for sex dolls, where the doll actually responds to you with their own voice. And this would be the one time where I would disappoint a sex doll. I'd be pounding away, and the sex doll would turn around and go, "Are you in? Are you in?" And that's the one time I would actually put a sex doll in a fire pit. So have you guys missed going to the movies?
Very much.
I miss going to the movies. It's just not the same at home. But I'm trying to recreate the experience at home. So I have my girlfriend sit in front of me, and I spill soda on the floor, so it's sticky. Then I go to the bathroom and I flush $40 down the toilet. I really miss the movies. Now I'm a hell of a procrastinator too. My parents, I think, were the original procrastinators because they didn't name me until after I was born. And my dad's name was Peter, so what the hell? Imagine the originality. What do we name him? It's been 9 months. We couldn't think of a fucking name. Peter. Let's name him Peter. Jesus Christ. So my nickname is Rusty because I think they actually wanted a golden retriever instead of a third child. So on that note, I think Kermit, you want to go back to what you're doing, Kermit? Okay. We'll pass it back to Mr. Kyle Hickory.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Rusty, for being here. That's awesome. I'm very excited to have you here. GW Collen, thank you for being here. This is going to be a great show. I think we're on episode 45. Holy shit.
45.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's we're coming up on a year. And next week, unofficially, we hit 365 days to slow the spread. So that's going to be something to celebrate. I hear there's a press conference or a speech by Joe Biden to commemorate. Yeah, we're here. But Peter, thank you for being here. It's awesome to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is great.
Damn, it's going to be a fun show. I was going to start with asking you, how has Corona time been treating you? You mildly covered it earlier. You have anything to add to that subject?
I've actually been quite busy. I'm doing gig jobs, and I got a part-time job, and I'm busy every day. I don't get enough sleep. So I'm doing all right.
Yeah, there's either too much work or not enough, right? That's there's no really in between right now.
Exactly. And I'm trying to work on my 4th Facebook ban. So
I have a feeling you can do that. I have faith in you.
Yeah, I have total faith. Have you had to create a second account yet? That's
no, not yet, but I've had to change my password like 6 times because I think I was hacked.
But yeah, that's we'll talk. We'll bring up some comments from earlier on. Thaddeus was saying, "G-Dubs, you're totally professional." When you're trying to get me to laugh earlier. There's some good ones in here. Dwayne said, "Pete, I've met you. Have never done comedy." Thaddeus asks, Peter, if you go to prison, are they going to fit you with a Hawaiian jumpsuit?
Sure.
Dwayne also said, trash can joke. Put a lid on it. That was good.
We need to get Dwayne on here sometime.
Yes. I don't know Dwayne personally. Is he performed too? Or previously? Or
no, he's a closet performer.
Oh, sometimes the best kinds.
Yeah.
So we could pull him out of the closet.
Exactly.
What you doing in the closet? That was a great episode. Anyways,
I hear gunshots. Going back in the closet.
On our first topic tonight, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there was a New York woman who discovered an empty apartment behind her bathroom mirror. And I will just go ahead and get rid of that. And let me share this. We'll pull up the video, and I'll see what you guys think. There's a lot of weirdness going on with this story. But there it is. Let me make sure it's lined up. Okay. I didn't turn on audio because I didn't know if that was going to be weird. But yeah, let's, at least. So basically, right here, she's explaining that there's a draft from the mirror. Oh, they cut in other stuff. So right there, she's pulling off the mirror, and there's just a hole. And my first thought is, guys, that mirror wasn't a one-way mirror. I'm not that creeped out yet. Is that fair? Like, I was not instantly concerned because it wasn't one way. Anyway, let's keep her going. There's a room back there. So here's a couple shots of her.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Come on. So she gets geared up, right? She's got a. Why are they interviewing her? I should have grabbed a different video. I'm sorry.
I like the ass shot.
Yeah. So she's freezing in there. There's a whole other apartment. So basically, any questions? I'm just thinking she has the laziest fucking landlord ever. Like, they were like, "Hey, we put a hammer through this wall," and they're like, "Should we spend the money on an extra sheetrock to finish this?" And the landlord was like, "No, just hang a bathroom mirror there. This girl won't even notice.
Just mud it in, all right?"
What do you guys think? This is ridiculous, right?
Did they find Jimmy Hoffa?
Oh, I don't know. She did find a hole. She got out, but okay, that's pretty much it on the story. But basically, she found just a whole nother apartment that was unfinished. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like there was like anything back there. It was literally just pipes and unfinished sheetrock. But it did make me wonder. You think this? And Colin, you as a guy who spent time in New York, do you think this was like on the other side, like it was an apartment on another block with the buildings attached, or do you think this would be like a side-by-side apartment complex?
Well, it looked to me like it was a subdivided duplex. Like there was a staircase going down, so it looked like they had, petitioned off a wall and kind of broken it up. This is the thing. You find extra square footage in New York and you're paying said rate, knock that fucking wall out with that hammer. Go get yourself a couple decent electric heaters, rig that up, and start renting that. I would all of a sudden flex that and be like, boom, I'm taking the mysterious abandoned apartment. We're going to make some money off that. If this idiot landlord there's only two options. Either you're so stupid you don't realize you have an apartment you could be renting, or B, I don't know what the other option is.
We got a couple good comments in here from Dwayne. Said she's a transplant. A real New Yorker would have kept her pie hole shut and sublet. Everybody wants social media attention.
Amen, Dwayne.
Dwayne's from Brooklyn, I think.
There you go.
He also said if you want to see some real New York shit, YouTube pigeons commit a murder on the train tracks. I don't know if we're going to be allowed to show that on the show, Dwayne, but we'll be looking into that later.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Murdering little bastards.
Yeah.
Never trust a pigeon.
Never trust a pigeon.
I think what she should have done was opened up a grow room operation there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Wall-to-wall marijuana plants.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at all. As soon as I realized that mirror wasn't one way, I was like, okay, intrigue's gone. I was expecting some real heinous shit, and all I saw was a chick with a hole behind her bathroom mirror, and it kind of let me down. But I wanted to see what you guys thought.
I was actually thinking the same thing. When I was looking at it originally, I was like, all right, we're going to see a bunch of like jerk rags laying around.
We're going to find a camera set up behind it, with a really nice tripod. And...
Like 8mm.
Dwayne said she would open a safe space. That would be a good spot for one, where nobody knows, so they can't hurt your feelings there. Which, speaking of hurt feelings, is a great segue into the next subject. I'm sure you guys have seen the Dr. Seuss thing. Let's just start by saying Dr. Seuss wasn't banned. To clarify, they were just being no longer published by their publishers. To which I was like, Dr. Seuss, just like Potato Head, who gives a shit? Why do we care?
Now, Kyle, did you know there were 3 other books that were unheard of until now that are also on the list?
Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah, one is called Cop on Pop. Horton Hires a Hoe. And Green Eggs and Crack. I think that was the third one.
That was my favorite one, I think.
And now we're never going to be able to buy those books.
But
Here's a Hoe was one of my favorite as a kid.
It's all about a guy named Horton who lives next to a brothel.
Horton Here's a Hoe. Near the Hoe House.
The Hoe House. That's right. I hear a hoe.
Or next to a farm, depending on how PC we want to be for the show.
Yeah.
To dovetail into this comment, I actually sold a Dr. Seuss book on eBay for $250.
Holy shit. Nice.
And was that Green Eggs and Crack?
It was the Green Eggs. I never heard of it. Mr. McElligan's Pool or something. I forget what the fuck it was called, but
so did you have it just sitting around, or did you run out and buy a copy?
Somebody sent me a Facebook message with the photos. Said, "Put this on eBay for me." So I threw it up, and it got banned. It got knocked off the first round. So I just removed the title and just put Dr. Seuss book, 1975, and within an hour, it sold for $250 in rough condition.
Nice. Thaddeus writes in and says Fox with Cox. That was another famous band Dr. Seuss book.
That's actually my favorite.
As well as Mr. McElliot's Pool. I'm not sure what that.
McElliot's Pool, I think it was called.
Okay. Yeah, Fox with Cox. So that was what concerned me. Was I didn't care that the company stopped publishing, but now that you've mentioned it, Peter, I actually pulled up an article real quick. Apparently, eBay has removed listings. This is from Fortune. eBay removes listings for quote ban Dr. Seuss books because they're not really banned. I just wanted to share that so we had some reference on the fact that, yeah, that did happen. That's a real thing.
Yeah, their reasoning was that it contained offensive material.
Which is very ironic considering Mein Kampf is still for sale. And so are Farrakhan's books, as well as all sorts of other crazy offensive shit for sale. Wow. You know what I really miss, guys? I miss the day way back in the day, and I've joked with my my good friend, Trav, I hope you're out there and you might see this, that we should create a coffee table book called You Can't Buy That Here No More. And it would be all about the crazy shit that and the reviews that still exist from back in the early 2000s when eBay was in its heyday and there was like almost no oversight. And quite literally, guys, you could buy like a kilogram of pseudoephedrine and have it shipped to your house, which is now like the same cold medicine that you have to sign for every 30 days if you want to get it. You could just have a kilo. You could order it by the pound on eBay, and it's an interesting.
I'm glad I did.
Boy, the meth I made with that.
Boy, was I some forward thinking on that one.
Now, why couldn't they have done this without making it public? You know, or do you think they did this on purpose to generate publicity and sales?
No, I think they did it just to not for the sales, but for the brownie points, the social brownie points.
Right, SJW, yeah.
We're doing this now, and I get it. I understand why they're dropping it. The phrase "Chinaman eats with sticks."
Don't they?
Well, I mean, look, we still call them chopsticks. Are we going to change the name?
I'm just saying.
Well,
I understand.
Right.
If you were writing the books and, you know, you had to come up with a very hard word to rhyme with like lips, maybe the next line you'd write is Chinaman eats with choppy sticks. Okay? You don't know.
Right. I mean, that book came out in 1937, I think. There's a few that are quite old.
Yeah, that's pretty old. I mean,
my girlfriend and I, we looked through one of them, and we really couldn't find anything that would be deemed offensive, except there was an image of an Eskimo. I don't know.
Do we still sell copies of Huck Finn?
Yeah, that's still available. I wanted
Are
to
they
share.
still reading it in elementary school? Is the second question.
I wanted to share this real quick because it was pertinent to the conversation. This a Babylon Bee. Peter, are you familiar with the Babylon Bee?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a great Babylon Bee article highlighting the craziness of this whole situation. Is eBay pulls Mein Kampf upon discovery Hitler doodled Chinese man with chopsticks in the margins. So,
Hitler doodles. There should be a book on Hitler doodles.
They put out some great headlines. Those guys are awesome. Babylon B, if you want us to come on and do a segment every week, we definitely will. And then, yeah, the eBay censorship thing concerned me when a company as big as that can say that you can't sell a book. It makes me nervous. You guys have any thoughts on that?
Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, don't use eBay. Find another way to sell it.
That was my first thought. I'm going to close my eBay account.
Well, you can do it on eBay. Just don't do it as an auction. Do it as a buy it now because it'll get past their their fact checkers or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I didn't know that was a
When
thing.
you want to get past the fact checkers, all you got to do is buy it now. You know what I mean? There's a little way to
right.
get these bastards.
I put one.
Put something that catches too, like buy it now. Highly racist Dr. Seuss book.
Highly racist.
Limited print. All right.
We just
You got about 30 seconds to buy this highly racist Dr. Seuss book. I will put a bid of $1,000, okay?
It's actually, we're going to put it up for $12,000 because we just took the 4 pages with the racist content. We stapled them together. We made a new book.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, eBay's like, we just created a whole new black market for racist books. And all of a sudden, like the GW's post is like, the price of Huckleberry Finn just went up $1,000. Like,
I took this black marker and with everything offensive, I crossed it out.
and it's like gone in 60 seconds. Now we got to buy all 60 of these books.
Can you imagine how the rate of library theft has gone up?
It's like all the kids in middle school are like, we're just going to steal books that contain pictures of tits and racist lines, all right?
And Chinamen with sticks.
Ooh, this book has both.
I'll trade you two Seuss books for 1,000 rounds of 5.56.
There's some great comments that came in there. Thaddeus said, what about a coffee table book about coffee table books? That's not a bad idea.
Isn't that from Seinfeld?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's a Seinfeld reference or not, but I like it. Jason said, sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, Peter would if he wasn't banned from Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Thaddeus comments in and says, guy in the alley with a trench coat. Psst, hey, guy, you want to come buy some poetry? Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, yes. Yeah, Thaddeus commented and corrected us. Yes, it is. It is a Seinfeld reference, Rusty. I had no idea.
Thank you.
I've never seen the show. I've never seen Seinfeld.
It's the best show about nothing you've ever seen.
That's the biggest fuck you to Jerry Seinfeld GW could have. Like, if GW met Seinfeld, he'd be like, hey, Seinfeld, nice to meet you. Yeah. No, never saw the show, but, people say it was good.
Yeah. You do the stand-up about nothing, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got the idea. It's a big show about nothing. Yeah, congratulations on that. Yeah, way to go.
Yeah. How are Elaine's tits?
Yeah.
You squeeze the melons?
Speaking of a racist whose work's appreciated.
Are you talking about me some more?
Kramer,
I was going to say, so like, that would be my question to Seinfeld if I met him. It's like, yo, off the record, did you talk to Kramer after the whole thing at the comedy club with the word that he said like 12 times? That would have been my first.
Or you still in syndication?
Now, I'm sure the whole soup Nazi bit would be canceled because you can't mention a Nazi.
Speaking of words that we can't mention, there's new ones coming out, and that'll move us along into our next segment, Peter. Thank you for the segue.
You're welcome.
We're going to talk about the new terms super straight and blue anon are getting headlines and hashtags now. I pulled up a little thing on both so that we had some clarity. I don't know. First, around the room, GW, before I brought this up before the show, had you heard about this?
No.
Either or? Okay. Colin, had you heard about either or before I?
I've not.
Okay. And Rusty, had you heard about either of these terms before I brought it up?
I think I saw a Facebook post about super straight today, actually.
Yep, that would make sense. This super straight started trending yesterday, I believe. So this is from Distractify, and I don't know, but this is apparently that right there. Yeah, Manscaped.
I'm super straight.
That apparently is the super straight flag, I guess. I don't know. But basically, this article is from the argument that super straight is super offensive. So I thought it would be a good read. Basically, social media users explain how super straight is transphobia, not a sexuality. After TikTok user Kyle Royce, sorry to blast you, Kyle, claimed to be super straight and seemingly started a movement of like-minded people, other users, including Procrastless pointed out how the invented sexuality is nothing but transphobia.
Aren't they all invented?
That was what I was going to say. I wanted to stop right there and actually ask you. I'm pretty sure all sexualities are invented, and they're just words that we use to explain what we prefer, or sorry, preferences of what we. I don't even know how to phrase it without
being careful. You might get banned.
I know.
I would like to say, like the term like super straight, like I don't really, I see your flag, kind of looks a little gay to me, but I'm trying to see where you're going with this. But I'm reminded of Lewis Black has a great joke where he says, about a buddy of his who like says he's like super straight. And he's like, well, let me ask you this. He's like, everyone's a little gay, right? He's like, let me ask you this. He's like, when you watch porn, he's like, do you want to see a man with a small flaccid penis? He's like, hell no, man. He's like, I want to see a big throbbing cock.
It's Ron White.
And Ron White, right? And it kind of reminds me of something like that. It's like, how are you super straight? What are you talking about?
See, my first thought was I didn't think about it being a negative thing at all. When I first saw super straight on the line, so I was like, oh, this is just straight people like owning the identity thing, and like taking a part of it. And then I started reading into it and was like, oh no. So basically he said, let me find the non-offensive parts. Kyle then relayed a conversation with people who called him transphobic, and they were like, you wouldn't date a trans woman? And he said, no. He went on, so now I'm super straight. I only date the opposite gender, women that are born women. And then he said that I don't think I can say that either. Which is really interesting right now that I don't think I can read this news article through without.
I kind of like the term super freak. I think I kind of fit that category.
Super freak.
The other question is,
he only dates other freaks.
What if somebody comes out as super gay? Are we going, or like?
Well, I would say that the super gays are gonna own super gay way more than the super straight is. I mean, like being super straight is like, yeah, I really like red meat. Yeah, it's like, yeah, how are you being super straight? You know what I mean?
Okay, so to that,
super gay.
In this article,
if somebody offered me $1 million to suck a dick, I would not be super straight.
That's fair. Maybe for super straight we should set a dollar limit for that.
Now, Peter, how about for 100 free Hawaiian shirts?
That dick is getting sucked.
I'm working on my gag reflex.
Those things are expensive. In response to Kyle's video, TikTok user Procrastclass, I don't know, pointed out that, quote, super straight definition implies that men who date trans women are less straight, and that trans women are men and therefore not women, which is not only transphobic but scientifically inaccurate.
I don't know about all of that.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time following that logic myself.
What I'd say to procrastinator is, you want a fist fight over it?
And this guy also goes on to say this, which is not the same thing at all. He says it's not a preference. He says in the clip, if a white woman says she dates white guys, that does not mean that she dates, or that means she dates white guys more often, but black guys aren't off the table because there's only two races, you bigot. Versus, well, I won't date you because you're black, which means that she thinks there's something inherently wrong with black people, even if she doesn't consciously think so. The exact same thing applies to what you're saying. And I will disagree and say no, because we've been working on the premise that sexuality is fluid and race is not. Did I speak too much there, guys? Was that too much? Was that statement too heavy on the people?
Well, I mean, Peter's just waiting for Kermit to finish sucking him off.
That's going to be the highlight of the show, is when Peter finishes and he's just left with a face like, oh. I think he's close. Anything you got to say on that, guys, before we move on to the new term?
I want to know what the new term is. I think Peter froze.
That might be.
Right now, he's all like, ah!
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back in a second. So the other new term that I wanted to share with you guys was Blue Anon, which is funny. And this is a post from the Post Millennial. And I don't know how they lean because I don't do any research. But Google and Urban Dictionary censor, quote, Blue Anon following the widespread mockery of left-wing conspiracy theories. And basically they explain right here, that's the Urban Dictionary original post versus the Urban Dictionary post that they took away. And Blue Anon definition basically said, for clarity, they're mocking QAnon on the right by saying that there is a left-wing version. And the Blue Anon says a loosely organized network of Democrat voters, politicians, and media personalities who spread left-wing conspiracy theories such as the Russia hoax, the Jussie Smollett hoax, Ukraine hoax, Covington Kids hoax, and the Brett Kavanaugh hoax. Blue Anon inherently, fervently believes that right-wing extremists are going to storm Capitol Hill any day now and, quote, remove, unquote, lawmakers from office, hence the need for deployment of thousands of National Guards stationed at the U.S. Capitol. And there has been Jack Posobiec tweeted it out originally. He said, I'd never even heard of the word being banned at Urban Dictionary before they banned Blue Anon, which he's misinformed because Urban Dictionary, I don't know if you guys know, but Urban Dictionary has banned quite a few words now.
That doesn't surprise me.
No. And then they also said that Google censored searches for Blue Anon, which they had taken back because when I searched it to research for the show, there's a website called blueanon.org, which is just like some guy's blog post that he's it's his blog spot, and he's trying to like just, you know, feed his website by having it the top search on Google. But yeah, that was
what I don't understand is, of course, you guys know I get my news here every week at Drunken Under Quarantine Show. So I am a little confused as the term. I thought QAnon was the Democrats that are eating babies and drinking their blood. So the Blue Anon just seems to me to be more of a QAnon.
Well, so no. The difference is that QAnon is supposedly something that the right believes, is that the far basically the fucking 45 crazy assholes who actually believe that shit think that there is a cabal of baby eating endochrome sucking elites in the world
that are snowflakes, though.
But that are no, because they're the elites. They're not the normies. They're
not the normal snowflakes. They are an elite snowflakes eating babies.
Yes, so that's pretty much the QAnon thing, and that Trump was going to stop them, and it went on into they were going to get canceled and all, or get all rounded up and arrested under the Trump presidency, and now it's extended to that he was, you know, the fourth or whatever. And Blue Anon is basically all the crazy hoaxes that the left has put forward about people, like hoaxes like Jussie Smollett. I don't know if you remember that. The guy in Chicago, he was an actor who said he got jumped by two white guys yelling it's MAGA country, and it turned out it was his two also person of color personal trainers helping him out.
Nigerian.
Nigerian, I'm sorry.
Oh, Dave Chappelle did a great bit on that.
And yeah, they basically said, it went on to say, Blue Anon adherents fervently believe that right-wing extremists are going to storm Capitol Hill any day now and remove lawmakers from office. And yeah, it's kind of a mockery term, but I thought I'd bring it up just so you guys saw it. I heard it the other day, and it made me laugh because there's a lot of conspiracies on both sides, but it seems like QAnon's the only one anybody talks about. Anything on that? You guys want to interject?
I mean, I firmly believe that anybody who eats a baby is not a good person.
Okay,
and Rusty likes to argue with me on this point, but I'm going to tell you right now that that's how I firmly believe.
I think they picked the wrong name. I don't think it should have been Blue Anon. I think it probably should have been Asanon.
Well, the thing is
it racist if you only eat white babies?
Well, yeah, well, no, you
That's a
say
good
Blue
question.
Anon, then all of a sudden everyone's thinking Blue Lives Matter, Blue Anon.
Exactly.
What are you doing using Blue Anon? You know what I mean? It's,
I think, well, blue because
one color at a time here, folks.
Blue because it's the Democratic color, and it rhymes.
I'm thinking smart.
I think that was like literally the logic that went into this.
We'll call them Snowflake-a-thon, right? Whatever.
Snowflake it up.
I'm telling you, if it was Asanon, it'd be like the Democratic ass.
Oh, see,
nice.
you're right.
That's nice,
that would have been way better.
You know, sometimes you just need to ask a man in a Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, come to me with your marketing advice.
So, guys, if you are out there and you're part of the 4chan people that started this, maybe you should reference Hickory, Collen, and G-Dubs, and we'll pitch you a couple names before you go with one. The last subject I got to talk about, Peter, you're okay on time? We're running a little over. That's all right with you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
We're going to deduct the time from the time that he froze.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
So the last thing we want to talk about is Burger King. We've talked about them a couple times since the show started. One, when they released the ad of the King making out with Ronald McDonald. That was pretty lovely. And I felt like there was one other time. G-Dubs, was there one other time that we talked about Burger King?
Probably.
I'm sure there was some special sauce exchanged.
Yes. This is true. So what Burger King has done now, today, this is breaking news, folks. As earlier today, normally we don't get stories this early, but I'm going to share with you the at Burger King UK Twitter. And what they said earlier today is no joke. This is fucking real. Burger King said women belong in the kitchen. On their Twitter. Which is something I feel like
Burger King.
I feel like we would be nuked instantly for even joking about it. But there's no look at it. There's no fucking smiley face. There's no crying, laughing face. There's no denotion that it's a joke. They literally just posted "Women belong in the kitchen."
Burger Queen.
And my joke was Burger King makes an offensive tweet on International Women's Day, but what else do you expect from a patriarch like the king? You know? I don't see Wendy's saying that shit.
Well, I mean, it's just Burger King proving why we need International Women's Day. It's just, it's like International Women's Day, we need that, and then Burger King gets on and it's like, we're doing everything we can to help women get in the kitchen.
Home of the uterus.
You're like, okay, Burger King, thank you.
We got some comments in here.
That's ridiculous.
You guys got to catch that South Park episode this weekend. Most definitely, they're doing a quarantine vaccination special, so definitely be watching that. Their quarantine special was on point, and I really enjoyed it. He also asked, did Jerry Lewis start the telethon?
Telenon.
Oh, I missed that. That was a fucking great. Thank you. God damn it. He's like the goddamn king of puns. That's the man. And Jason comments in, hey, Peter, your bands are weak. Caleb T has way more bands and for longer sentences, lol.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's we don't know if Caleb's dead or if he's just banned from Facebook, you know.
He's alive again.
Oh, he is alive.
He's a master of the 30-day bans.
So, show you guys what happens if you click show this thread. Sorry, the page doesn't exist. Like Burger King tried to get rid of it. But they also responded instantly. And I want to be fair because I want to give the whole story. They also said, if they want to, of course, this was directly below the women belong in the kitchen tweet, was if they want to, of course, yet only 20% of chefs are women. We're on a mission to change the gender ratio in the restaurant industry by empowering female employees with the opportunity to pursue a culinary career. And my question to you guys is, if you're going to empower people, why would you give them such a shitty career choice?
Culinary and Burger King are oxymoronic, I think.
Yes, that as well, Peter. I agree. But even if you're sending these young women into a nice culinary school to learn fine dining, I felt like for the past year they've just learned that your restaurant can be permanently closed by the government and you have no recourse. Why the fuck would anybody go into culinary arts right now?
I do have to say that
Even
the West
before
Lebanon
that.
Burger King sucks balls.
I felt like that went without saying.
I can't remember the last. I don't know if I've ever had anything from Burger King, and if so, the last time I can't even remember. I might have been a child when the last time I had Burger King. And so I'm just going to go out and I'm going to assume their food sucks shit.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
I have to say,
They're full of shit. They say I could have it my way. If I walked in there, I was like, "Can I have a kale and feta salad?" No way they're gonna give it to me.
The last time I had Burger King, I had a Impossible Whopper. Well, believe me, I just wanted to try it, and the fact that I couldn't tell the difference between the real meat one and the fake meat one made me never want to eat Burger King ever again. I was like, "Fuck this place."
Soylent Green.
If I can't tell the difference between a real burger and a fake burger, I'm out, bro. I don't want to eat there anymore.
Wow.
That was the last time I ate Burger King. And then there was those two tweets, I just want to be clear, were 15 hours ago today. So that was earlier this morning, but it's a different time because in the UK. They then, 2 hours after this whole shitstorm went down, Burger King said, "We are proud to be launching a new scholarship program which will help female Burger King employees pursue their culinary dreams."
2 hours afterwards.
Which sounds like, oh shit, guys, we fucked up. Can we allocate some money?
Right.
What do you guys think? That's
This is the thing is that you can understand this is just how British they are. Like some guy wakes up in the morning and he's like, "So it's International Women's Day. All right, women belong in the kitchen. There we go. This is smart, right? Women, let's get them women in the kitchen. Let's keep them there. There we go. This is going to be rock solid, Burger King UK."
I
think
you should read the next
excellent accent.
So the next tweet was another 2 hours. It was 2 hours ago. So this was 11 hours after that. They said, "We hear you. We got our initial tweet wrong, and we're sorry. Our aim was to draw attention to the fact that only 20% of professional chefs in the UK kitchens are women, and hope to change that by awarding culinary scholarships. We'll do better next time." Which I read. Sorry, what were you gonna say, J-Dubs?
That
wasn't me.
It was inflammatory.
I read that to say that
it's like 11 hours later, Burger King UK responded like, "We get it, mate. We fucked up. Right? It was a stupid fucking tweet. I think we all agree on that. It was a dumb fucking tweet I made. I was trying to make the point that fucking women need jobs in the fucking kitchen, but you keep saying that this was a stupid fucking tweet. We know that it was a dumb fucking tweet."
And I read that as,
and they cut him.
I read that as maybe we should celebrate that fact that only 20% of women are stupid enough to get involved in culinary arts and work at Burger King. I feel like that's a win. Like if 80% of their staff is men, that means women are winning because they're not working at fucking Burger King. So overall, that's a win for International Women's Day that we had that revelation. And lastly, they tweeted just an hour ago saying, "We decided to delete our original tweet." I guess that's why the link didn't work. After our apology, it was brought to our attention that there were abusive comments in the thread, and we don't want to leave that. We don't want to leave the space open for that, which means they're probably going to have to delete every single goddamn tweet they've made since. because I'm pretty sure people are gonna take advantage of that.
I
Now,
just
if I
love
said-
that tomorrow morning, some guy who's been supposed to be doing the tweeting for Burger King UK is just going to wake up and be like, yeah, I know, Bill. I don't have a job. We get it. 16 hours of fucking tweeting, and I could not get his fucking mess cleaned up.
What I should have done is changed our Twitter to the fucking Burger Queen, but god damn it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Then you're getting sued by the burger joint in Chelsea. You know? It's like, we're the Burger Queen, you fucks.
Burger
We have
Queen.
enough money to make you disappear. And we will for the Twitter crowd, because 8% of this, I guess I don't know how many people in the UK use Twitter versus the population, but I'm pretty sure it's like 8% in the US. It makes me laugh when people think Twitter is real life.
I am not on Twitter.
Oh, me neither. Peter, are you on Parlor?
No, I'm not.
No, he got banned, actually.
you have to say some pretty rugged shit to get banned on Parlor. It is possible. I've seen a lot of people post that like their posts have been pulled off and stuff.
I'll just get banned tomorrow if I say women belong in the kitchen on Facebook.
You should, and then when they ban you, like the next time you are available to post, like post the tweet. You know what I mean? Like get the screenshot of the tweet, put that up the next time, and see if they do the same.
But my girlfriend kicks me out of the kitchen, so she belongs in the kitchen.
I wish mine belonged in the kitchen. I do all the cooking in my house.
You do?
Yeah.
You are not super straight then.
I am wicked super straight.
Me too, GW. I am the straightest of the super straightest. I should clip that for a TikTok.
We all can be bought. That's all I can say.
Things I would do for $100,000.
And as we discovered tonight, Peter would do them less for 100 Hawaiian t-shirts.
Indecent proposal.
Well, I mean, you got to factor in the labor, the time it takes to gather a nice 100 Hawaiian t-shirts. That's probably worth more than the $100,000.
And they have to be made in Hawaii.
Mine's made in Vietnam. I didn't realize that was supposed to be a thing.
No Indonesian shit here.
I say that's near tropical, anyways, right? Same thing.
It's near tropical.
You guys have anything? We're running a little over. You guys have anything you want to get off your chest before we get the fuck out of here?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
I wanted to say, Give Him the Iggy is coming out. I swear to God, I promise. We're having some technical difficulties, but it's coming out. So be warned. The show is coming out at some point. Just not yet.
Okay.
I was a little early. I shot the gun. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was messaging you like midweek last week to be like, hey, what was the channel the show's up on? I want to see it.
Oh, I wanted to say something.
Yes, what would you like to get off your chest, Peter?
It takes 13 seconds before a Volvo car realizes you're not touching the steering wheel. And it takes me 12 seconds to jerk off.
I'm glad that you spent the time doing this research for us.
And I guess today was my last day at Volvo.
Collen, anything you want to get out before we get out of here?
No, if you're wondering if you think Peter got banned from Facebook quickly, let's just see how fastly Volvo Claremont gets rid of Peter here. But, thank you, Peter, for being on the show. Great night tonight, guys. We'll see you next week. Same time.
This was a lot of fun.
Last comment I wanted to bring up. Thad said, like any Brits belong in the kitchen, which is true because food from England and Ireland are known to be
Could
Yeah.
you make
not
me
Ireland
some,
so
Paul
much, but
Reg?
British food is known to be like the worst goddamn cuisine on the planet.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's all overbaked.
Nick Waters said GW is talking about candy bar. I'm not sure the reference. I don't know what
What
he's talking
website?
about.
Apparently, I said something.
I came in like a minute ago.
Cooking up some candy bars.
Something about a drug smuggling ring. I don't know. But anyways, that's all we got for this episode. Thank you everybody for joining us for episode 45 of the Drunken Under
Thank
Quarantine
you.
show. Thank you guys. I am Edgar the Drunken Underwhelming. You can follow me at HickoryTDAU on YouTube and Facebook and Parler and TikTok. And you can follow me around on the camera if you have free time. The beautiful assistant made me sign up. You can follow GW at Foley Kills on Instagram and GW Foley on YouTube. Collen's at Collen D and at Woolen Comedy Club on Instagram, Facebook, and he has a YouTube channel too. And you can go watch his old commercials, and it's funny as fuck. And you can catch him rubbing his ass on Gavin McGinnis's face, which is phenomenal. You should definitely watch that commercial. And then Peter, where can we find you at Rusty Peter?
Just Peter Pardoe on Facebook.
At Peter Pardoe on Facebook. Please follow him there. Of course, I am Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, reminding you all that you should all stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming, but most importantly, in these super fucking trying times, remember, stay a little bit sane. Thank you, guys.